welcome to Espresso with Saul. Today we're going to have a shot of espresso because why wouldn't we? And we're going to get back to talking about everyday carry and concealed carry, the differences and the similarities, and also how I do it and how do I carry my firearms when I'm doing that. Before I do so though, big shout out to Brad with Minuteman Theory. He reached out to give us a hand with our camera settings, so that should get us on pace for having some really good quality videos for you guys here coming up. Thank you, Brad. Please look him up, check out his videos, give him a like, give him a subscribe. Okay. Concealed carry, everyday carry. Well, this is my Smith & Wesson Model 36 in caliber 38 special. It's a nickel-plated snub-nosed revolver, obviously. This was one of my main concealed carry early on, and it was an everyday carry for me early on. 3 different ways that I would carry this. One, right here in my pocket. Fit inside the pocket just fine. It didn't pattern. Worked really good. The second way that I would carry this is in this little holster. Now this is a very comfortable holster, very minimalist. I would either carry it appendix carry or sometimes hip carry. And you know, this just slips here over your belt loop and away you go. That's another good way to do so. You just have kind of a untucked in shirt over the top of it or a light jacket and away you go. And the third way that I would carry this revolver is with this shoulder holster. Now this is about as minimalist of a shoulder holster as you're going to find. And I didn't use it very often, but it's incredibly comfortable. And it grips the revolver really well. Doesn't flop around, doesn't move, and you know, it doesn't really restrict. The only time I really use this though is if I'm wearing a suit, which isn't very often, but does happen on occasion. So those are the 3 ways that I would everyday carry and concealed carry that revolver. Let me show you another one that I have here. This is a Smith & Wesson Model 638. This is an airweight 38 special, 5-shot, almost identical to your Model 36, except it's titanium lightweight, and it also has this shrouded hammer right here. And this shrouded hammer doesn't get caught on your pants when drawing it out of your pocket. Now, to be brutally honest with you though, you know, sometimes that can get caught. Maybe if you're in a big hurry to get it out of your pocket. I never got around to actually carrying that though, so that was a concealed carry of mine, but not an everyday carry. Around the same time that I was carrying that 38, I was also carrying this. This is my Baby Brownie in 25 ACP. It holds 5+1 rounds. This is a single action autoloader. It has a hair trigger, so thank goodness it actually has a safety on it. One word of advice, if I don't tell you anything else, there are 2 things you need to know about carrying firearms in your pocket. You see, this one sits in here really well, but everybody has lint in their pockets, and I'm no exception. When carrying this handgun, I took it out to the range with Paul one day. And I pulled it out to actually practice with it, and I went to fire, and it wouldn't fire. Turns out the whole thing was gunked up full of lint. You can imagine the amount of crap I had to take from Paul for the next month, 6 months. And I gotta admit, I'm very happy to have learned that lesson on the range and not when I actually needed this the most. The other thing about this concealed carry and everyday carry for me is the other 6 firearms that you see on the counter, these are all shoot center mass. Aim center mass, and you're good to go. Paul taught us one thing about these particular types of firearms. You aim for a specific target. That's your target every time. Don't forget that if you decide to go with this or a .22 caliber. It does take a bit of practice to be able to hit your mark, but you can be greatly rewarded if you put in the time. Carried those for 2, 3, 4 years. Then Paul came out with the Sig Sauer P365 video. I saw that video and I knew I had to have one, so it didn't take long before I ran out and picked it up. Now, I did not pick it up with this red dot sight. I added that after the fact. Quite frankly, I added that after I picked up this one, which I'll get to in a minute. These are 9mm subcompact striker action autoloaders. I think I've got 10 shot, 12 shot, and 15 round magazines for this. Typically, if I'm carrying this in my pocket though, I'm only using the 10. Fits in the pocket perfect, but not this one. The other thing about Paul's video is, he said this one didn't have an external safety on it. So, it was only to be used as concealed carry, but not pocket carry. Typically, now this one here can be used in the waistband or outside the waistband. This is a hidden hybrid holster that I saw Johnny advertise one time. Shout out to Johnny B for hooking me up for these. These are really comfortable. I really like it. I started off with this one, and then I ordered one that would actually work with the red dot sight. I really liked carrying it, and it was superior pretty much in every way, with better sights, a better caliber than the .38 Special. You know, it was easier to shoot than the .38 Special was, but the only issue I had with it was not being able to put it in my pocket. Well, after Paul's video, about 2 or 3 months later, Sig Sauer came out with one with an external safety on it, right here. As soon as I saw that, I had to pick this one up. So now I had 2. That's why I added the red dot to that one. You know, I can't fit that one in my pocket anyway, so I might as well have that one ready to go on the hip with the red dot sight. But this one automatically became my pocket carry. And I pretty much phased out this one almost entirely. I could still use the other holsters if need be, but you know, fits in your pocket, doesn't print, can't tell it's there, very comfortable. Now the second thing that I want to tell you about though, about carrying these type of firearms in your pocket. The safety can get kicked out of battery. It can be set to the firing position inside your pocket. With a single action autoloader, you have a hair trigger just sitting there in your pocket. After that happened 2 or 3 times with this particular pistol, I started checking my pockets a couple times an hour, maybe more sometimes. Have I found this one with the safety disengaged? Yes, I have. But I'm checking it regularly just to make sure all the time. So that is something that you really should be aware of if you decide to pocket carry. And the last thing about pocket carry before I go on to the other 2 firearms here on the table, I have this really neat feature that came with these pants. It had a coin pocket inside of it. And it seems to fit pretty much all of the nose of my firearms, just the ends of the barrel. And on this P365, it actually covers the grips, or I'm sorry, covers the trigger. And so this firearm does not move in my pocket. It fits great. So what did I do? I took all of my pants to the tailor's, except for a few dress pants that I don't wear very often, and had pockets installed in all of them. So if I want to pocket carry, I can pocket carry anytime with any pair of pants that I own. I guess I did have one final recommendation there for you if you decide to pocket carry. Okay, let's have that shot of espresso, shall we? Yes, we are still pre-grinding because of the noise, and we did grind it at a number 6 for 11 seconds. About 10 pounds of pressure, so they say. All right. Let's see if we get a good pull. Waiting for the first drip. There we go. Okay. About a half a pull there. And now we do a full pull, which is going to give me about a 1 ounce pour. Looking good so far. I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, that's looking good. Here we go. Let me show you this. Look at that. Doesn't that look fantastic? All right. The proof is in the drinking, and it is fantastic. Okay, let's get back to this video. I know this is going to be a long one for you guys, so I'll try and wrap this up fairly quick for you. The last 2 firearms. Well, these 5 firearms. We have concealed carry, but not everyday carry. Everyday carry and concealed carry. Everyday carry and concealed carry. Everyday carried and concealed carry. And then just concealed carry. The other 2 here, definitely not everyday carry. But I can use them, even though they're large firearms, concealed carry. This is my Smith & Wesson Model 29 44 Magnum with an 8 3/8 inch barrel. This is a lot of fun. Do I carry this very often? No, not really. This shoulder holster here, though, does allow me to carry it concealed. As someone who's 6'4" and of large stature, I can actually easily carry this comfortably. Now, do I? Not very often. Occasionally I will. Sometimes if I'm out hunting, I might grab this. Typically, I like shoulder holsters more for driving than anything else. Although, if I want to carry a specific firearm for one reason or another, sometimes I will grab, for the shoulder holster. But yeah, this one here, I pretty much carry it just because I think it's cool. And sometimes that's enough of a reason to do so. And last but not least, I have my Colt Delta Elite 10mm polished stainless steel with gold-plated accents. What a cool pistol this is. I don't take it out in the woods and beat it up, but I will throw this one on my shoulder holster also. And I will carry this one when I'm driving. Neat thing about this Galco holster that I have here is I can use this with my Delta Elite 1911, and I can also use it with my .38 Super 1911. Very comfortable for driving, allows me to carry 2 more spare magazines. This one here holds 8+1, and the .38 Super, that one holds 9+1 rounds. Not a very high capacity magazine, but great shooting handguns and just a lot of fun to play with. So, concealed carry? Yes. Mostly driving? Yes. And the last holster that I have here that can be used with this Delta Elite. This one can also be carried inside the waistband or outside. This is typically one that I would use inside the waistband. You slide this in here and then these will go right into the belt and away you go. And yeah, full-size pistol. All I really need is a long shirt that's not tucked in, a light jacket or a heavy jacket or whatever you have. And it's a lot of fun to carry. It's a lot of fun to shoot. It's not an everyday carry. Definitely not. If you guys are interested in open carry, well, let me know in the comments, because yes, I can make another video on that. I think it's fairly obvious what open carry is, but if you are interested, I could break out some more handguns and show you the holsters and the gear that I use with those also. So, I appreciate you guys listening and paying attention for this much time, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you.